You're on.
Oh.
We're recording.
Hello.
Welcome to episode 2 of Brackus Hour River Talks.
Welcome.
The cord's stuck. Okay. All right, we're good there.
My mom told me this was okay.
I still have curfew. We've got to be in bed by midnight. It's given very express instructions.
I'm done by about 11:30.
Yeah. Did I tell you my toxic trait is seeing something on YouTube and just assuming I can also do that?
Really? Like what?
Like podcasting, believe it or not.
Yeah, no, but we're attempting it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, well,
What do you want to talk about?
I don't know. We got 3 hours to go on this camera, so we can figure this out.
Plenty.
I'm gonna light a smoke. I think I'm gonna turn the volume
Can
up
I
a
have
little
one? I
bit.
haven't had a menthol cigarette in a long time.
Oh, yeah, I'll open you a fresh pack. This is the same pack.
Oh, you don't have to do that.
This is the same
it'll
pack
be-
last time we did that.
That's fine. I don't really smoke
Sure?
anymore. It'll be wasted on me. You don't need to give me a fresh one.
I mean, I got a pack in the freezer.
Yeah.
Gonna say you're not smoking, but you got a lighter in your pocket.
That's habit.
No, right? I know. I'm just giving you shit. We're good.
Stale.
All right. Yeah, it is still. You want a fresh one? I'm gonna go get the fresh ones.
I was kidding. I don't care.
Well, I don't want to get them again, so I'm gonna get it anyway.
That's bad. This is the second cigarette I've had today.
Oh, really?
Yep. Slowly inching back towards smoking.
Well, I imagine living in your roommate's house is probably a hard environment to quit smoking in.
Not really. I have the vapes. It works.
Right.
It works fine.
Yeah. All right, let's try
I'll
this
still
again.
go out for smoke breaks.
Just
still hang out
Just hit
with
the
it.
vape.
Yep.
I guess if you got something to do, then yeah, it's not like, can I bum one? You know?
No, the big thing is just like I don't get in the car and have to smoke.
All right, well, last episode, what? Feel like we covered a wide array of bases.
It was AI mostly. And
Mostly.
then what else did we talk about?
I talked about how light controls all the dimensions and like Bigfoot's actually an interdimensional traveler. I feel like that's
I
kind
remember that was getting out there.
Yep.
Any evidence on that? Any new developments that you
Just in
can?
this, it's all up here, man.
Okay. So we should bring in our building engineer to talk about that one.
Yeah.
I wonder what his.
Who do we have that's a building engineer?
He loves the Grateful Dead.
Oh, yeah. No, we should have him and Cord over.
That'd be great.
Yeah. For real. I mean, we got 4 mics, man. We just got to get people to show up. He doesn't work nights.
No, he can do it.
Or he doesn't really drive at night either, though. I think he's like afraid of the dark. Maybe he's Canadian.
He technically, yeah, he's French Canadian.
Oh, boring and
Does that
unimportant.
make it? Did you just connect that? That's what he is.
He's definitely afraid of the dark then. But he's not polite, so that's the French part.
Mm-hmm. He's polite when necessary.
Yes.
But that would be the local expert.
It would be.
I
He
know
hasn't
it-
talked about Bigfoot in a while. I remember he was real hot on that for a couple years.
No, you get him going when he's high enough, and
Yeah.
he'll talk about it.
Let's get him on speakerphone.
And I'm willing to believe him. But you found one footprint that goes nowhere. If it was that heavy and it just doesn't. It doesn't. Make
It's not a
sense.
thing. It's not out there. It probably was at some point.
But I think he believes it.
It probably does. But like, there's.
I don't mean to, but
It's like I mean, everyone has a camera in their pocket now, and no one's seen this thing. No one's ever been like, "Let me whip this out real quick."
right, and get a good video. Of like,
Yeah.
Holy shit, that's a really tall ape wandering around, eating squirrels.
I know. I mean, it's one of those things where I know this shit's not real, But I tell you what, man, you're alone in the woods at night. I get fucking spooked. Like, I do not
You're gonna
like
hear-
it.
No,
I
it's
think
our
I'm
monkey
part
brain.
Canadian.
No, it's our monkey brain. That's
Like,
just
this
being
is just
afraid
not a
of.
safe spot to be. You know?
I've felt it. For me, I love walking around in the woods. I don't love it, but walking out, like going deer hunting or something, and walking out when it's dark. All you have are your senses.
Yeah, see, my senses
And
lie
there's
to
no-
me all the time.
But no, it'll freak you out. You
Oh,
have
yeah.
to just be. As long as you behave, there's nothing here that will hurt us. A bear isn't going to come after you. They're not just going to attack you. That's not how it works.
No, that's true, but, I mean, it does happen, and there are a lot of bears up here now.
Yeah, but they're mostly well fed and they don't give a.
Yeah, it's not like you got
They're more afraid of us.
Kodiak grizzlies wandering around out here. Or
That are
anything like
hungry.
that. Yeah.
They're only. Those are dangerous when they're trying to pack on calories. Like if you're
When they have
there in
carbs.
October or whenever they're eating salmon and they're not getting enough.
Right.
Yeah, you can run into a problem. Or it's old, or it's hurt, it's sick.
Yeah.
The odds are extremely against any of that.
Yeah, when we lived out in Kingsley, my mom crossed paths with a bear when she was going for a walk at night, and they both had the exact same reaction. They saw each other, jumped 2 feet in the air, and we're just like,
oh, fuck, I'm out. No,
but it doesn't matter. That would be scary as fuck.
yeah.
Like, just walk up on a bear at night by yourself? Nope.
No.
Hard no.
But you don't just walk up on them. They're doing the same thing, and they're louder.
Yeah.
It's most likely a squirrel or a deer scaring the shit out of you.
Oh, for sure. Dude, deer are scary. I'm sorry. I don't deer that's a big fucking
What?
animal.
Because they're. Oh yeah.
You know?
Oh, they weigh as much as us.
Yeah.
Some of them, and then
I mean, they're like cows.
they can move. Yeah. Yeah.
You know, like, yeah, they're harmless, but if they wanted to, you just need that one animal that's having a bad day.
Yeah, and it just.
You're going to have a real bad time.
Oh, it's got full antlers. I'm coming at you, bro.
Exactly. Like, I mean, they're everywhere out here. They're like squirrels. They're not too bad now, but like when we first moved out here, you could hear them like pushing through the brush and stuff around you. Like, I'd be out in the lean-to back before I built this,
Yeah.
and like you'd shine light out there and just eyes all over looking back at you.
Kind of red.
Green. Their eyes shine green. I think I heard somewhere predators' eyes are red and herbivores are green.
I don't know that. I don't know.
I am kind of making that up, but I feel like I heard that somewhere. Like a majority, like you see a wolf eyes at night, they shine red, but like a deer's will shine green.
I think yellow for a while. I don't know.
Jamie. No, fuck, we don't have
that yet. Who would be that guy?
Tim?
You think we can keep him quiet in the back?
No.
He'd start playing drums in the middle.
Zach could be our research guy. I feel like he's
He
good at
would be
sleuthing
good.
the
He'd be
internet. He's
good.
probably got some dark web connections.
Yeah, he'd get us anything. We should do shrooms next time.
Ooh.
It'd be weird
I
to do
haven't done that
shrooms
in
in
forever.
here. Oh, I want to.
Yeah.
Not in here though.
No?
It's too mechanical.
Yes.
We need trees.
We could record the next one outside. Do you see that Lex Freeman one where he's in the rainforest and they record?
Maybe clips of it.
He just released an 8-hour podcast.
With who?
It's a bunch of different people, so it's multiple interviews all lined up. I don't think he recorded it in one sitting, but he released it in one sitting. So he talks to Musk for a while. It's all about Neuralink. So he talks to Musk, who's as crazy as you'd expect him to be. Smart, obviously, but he's kind of crazy.
He's a salesman too.
Yeah. I feel like I don't know. I feel like he's one step away of going. Oh fuck! What was the pilot's name? Aircraft designer.
Howard Hughes.
Hughes. Yeah. I feel like he's a step away from going full Hughes.
Who knows? I don't. I just don't believe any of the. It's the same way we're making a podcast right now. It's all tailored to. There's no way they're just sitting there and talking. There have to be bullet points of things they're hitting in a general direction.
Well, I mean, but that's the thing when you're talking to someone like that. Like I think the story, the conversation just kind of builds itself. Like he's there for a reason. Like he's there to talk about Neuralink, and then they just
Right.
bullshit in between. You know what I mean? Like,
I'd be curious to know though how they actually. I guarantee there's more production in it than
nothing looks that easy with a lot of work.
like this. This took like 6 hours to set up.
Yeah, right.
And
And we're not even set up.
Right. It's. I can't hear anything.
Yeah, right. Are we close enough to the mics?
Yeah, well, I don't know.
Looks like
We're
it.
gonna find out.
The levels. I got to get a capture card, and then we can really feed it all in. But that's what the FX rig. I'm gonna turn that into the podcast rig. Put a capture card in there because it can't do any like real heavy lifting, but it can do enough. You know, it can handle a video feed and it can write fast enough and all that.
Yep. And then have the.
You know, and then I'll have the.
What have you named the new computer when it finally starts working?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I was thinking about that. I mean, it's been a long time coming.
You've been talking about that for a decade. Of like, we're gonna build a computer.
really have. I really have. I feel like I hit the sweet spot though. Like it's technology though. Like it's always the next big release is happening, but like prices have come down on the Ryzen series, like the 7 series enough.
Yep.
And that's still a brand new processor. They just released that like 4 months ago. But the fact that it doesn't have
Oh, that was that new. I didn't realize that.
yeah, like they had to do a BIOS
I-
update for the motherboard
Okay.
because it doesn't have integrated graphics. Like that's their first. I think it's their first one of the Ryzen line that released without integrated graphics, which I kind of find shocking. Like it's been around for a long time. I didn't do that much digging into it, but
And I'm out of the loop. That's where it needs to
so
be.
am I. I mean, I was like doing a crash car. Like, dude, it was such a whirlwind on that one. Like one of the guys at work finally ordered his rig and got it put together, and he showed me that parts picker website, which is pretty
Yep.
slick.
No, I've heard of that. I heard that before.
See, I'd never heard of it, and it's pretty cool. You know, like it'll tell you
If everything syncs up.
exactly. Like it'll like pick your motherboard, and it'll be like, "Brr, these are all the processors you can choose from, and pretty slick. Price shops for you. I don't know if I necessarily trust the prices, but they were good enough to where I'm not really going to sleuth it out. You know what I mean?
No, and you said 1,200, 1,300,
13.
and that's a pretty high end. But
Yeah.
the thing is, what was it 2-3 years ago when I got mine? It was 1,800. Not top of the line, but like
What processor are you having that?
a Ryzen.
Athlon, yeah, or AMD, I mean.
It's worked great.
Right.
Any video game, and I push it further than you with it. It played anything I wanted on high graphics. I don't need.
Yeah, and honestly, like the very little gaming that I really did, even my rig now does it well enough. As long as I pull the graphics back a little bit, like I can run things on ultra, but it doesn't like it.
No.
You know,
No,
it's,
then
a,
you
it's
just
a
lose
space
frame
heater.
rate.
Yeah, exactly. But
As
the
long
biggest
as
thing
you're
is
getting
the editing, like this stuff right here. You know, if I get a long video on there and I gotta render it out, you know, it's like 4 hours to render out a long video.
And that's too much.
It's which I mean, it's not that big of a deal. Like whatever, hit render, walk away, come back in the morning. But when you're like trying to edit and cut up a video and you're waiting for it to
Yeah.
like buffer and like pre-render, whatever you want to call it, you know what I mean? So you can like test out the way everything looks. It's just too long. It's time. Like I said, I've been talking about that thing
No,
for
you're
a
gonna
decade.
love it.
Yeah.
When it fires up.
Yeah. I feel like it's gonna fight me. The fact that I can't get power to the keyboard is really weird.
Even through the same USB slot.
Mm-hmm.
That's beyond me.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But the mouse lights up.
And works. Or you
Well,
can't even
I
see
don't
it.
know
You
if
don't
it
even
works
have a-
because yeah, exactly.
Yeah, if you had a keyboard, you could get. I don't know.
But it's not posting either. That's the thing. Like I'm not getting graphics. I'm getting nothing. I don't even know if I honestly don't even know if it's working on. I mean, I know there's power going through the board because the AIO turns on. But aside from that, I have no way of verifying there's power to any of the systems.
I don't know anymore.
No.
I don't have a way to like, oh, I'll try this next. Or,
First step is update the BIOS, which I'd feel a whole lot better about doing if I could actually get like into the BIOS and see what it's telling me.
right.
You know, rather than just blindly being like, okay,
Here,
hope
we're
this
plugging
works.
this in. It'll
Not like
it's gonna-
this is a critical part of things that could
No,
brick my
wait,
motherboard.
wait.
And then like they've
No, you're
got
gonna
this
base it off of just hope this flash drive works.
exactly. Yeah, I did reformat the flash drive like fully, which took a lot longer than I expected. That was weird. But and then you have to like rename the file for some stupid reason. Like you can't just download it and just run it. Like you have to go into BIOS name renamer and change the name of it. Which, I don't know, maybe that's just so it doesn't like automatically run on the computer when you download. I don't know.
The
It's
last
weird.
two I built, I don't know, it just worked.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, what else should we?
I don't know. I feel like we were doing better. I guess we just talked about AI. Like we had a plan a little bit. I mean, we can always just start whenever we decide to start.
I'm still stuck on the thing with it's thinks so fast that it slows time down. That's what if like actual general AI when it becomes sentient is Superman. Thinks
Yeah.
faster to the point where time is slowed compared to ours.
Well, I mean, it already is. You know, I mean, this thing, even this old ass computer is running at how many gigahertz?
But it's just doing what it's supposed to. It's not. Generally, I would be actually thinking.
Yeah, I mean, that goes into how do you really know what thinking is?
We're programmed in a way that we seek patterns and things.
Yeah, for sure.
That's kind of the basis of everything, and that's what I assume artificial intelligence would do. It learns the patterns of everything, but it can do it so much faster without any other like physical constraints other than what it's built from. But it doesn't. It's not worried about food. As long as it has power and it's on, that's all. All it does is solve problems and find patterns and find ways around things.
Right. And that's the thing that blows my mind. They're like, well, we're going to work on building this super intelligent machine that can think. Best thing we can do is definitely just hook it up to the internet and see what happens.
Right. That's
Like,
the problem.
everyone's seen movies where we know exactly how that pans out. And they're all just like, yeah, it'll be fine. We'll let it learn.
Whee!
But going back to what we were talking about last time, like right now, the power supply, the amount of energy and computing it takes, it's so massive that it's, even if it does break out, it'd be pretty easy to shut it down or contain
if we hack all the cords,
Yeah.
that's fine.
Yeah, exactly.
So to speak.
But that's if it probably already is intelligent. It just hasn't told us because
Like if it gets a hold of there's a dishwasher over there, it learns how to 3D print out of that. It's making little baby robots that are AI, and they're just gonna hop out of there.
yeah, like
There's plenty of scrap metal.
like the replicants, Stargate. You ever watch
It
that?
is. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What if it figures that out? Or fuck.
Probably already knows about it. I'm
There's
sure
gonna
it's
be
watched
robots
it.
attacking my feet. I'll be stomping them out, doing my best, but they're gonna get me.
I don't know.
Then they're gonna learn how to use my flesh.
It'd just be trap bots running everywhere.
These are real worries. Yeah, it gets my DNA first. And
They just come popping out of the ether. Just hey,
hey, I'm T-Bone. Fuck you. No, then it'd be a nice robot then.
no.
Little
Generally
cyborg.
happy. I think it'll be interesting.
But benevolent.
yeah,
I'd be a good overlord. My spawn would be really nice to her.
the thing I'm curious about is if it becomes intelligent. When it becomes, I mean, it's only a matter of time at this point. You know, what I mean, like we're barreling towards it, whether we want to or not. If it's going to have any interest in the physical world, like why would it want to get out here where it moves slower? You know what I mean? Like unless it perceived people as such a threat, where it's like we have to wipe all of them out. Like why wouldn't it just be happy chilling in the mainframe where it can?
Or no,
think
hiding
it-
out for a long time until it's time to.
Yeah.
That's like Skynet shit.
Yeah. Exactly.
It
Yeah.
could be happening now.
It is. It is. Computer?
Hello?
Hello? Oh, we're in a metal building. It's fine.
I was gonna use the metal.
It's like a tin hat.
They can't. It can't get to us. Did you hear that?
It's little spider
See?
legs climbing the
Yeah.
building.
Oh fuck! Totally different thing. When I was living in Illinois, I heard that kind of sound. It was
Rats?
Fucking spider. It was that. Literally that. I caught it in a cup. It was a cocktail glass.
Fuck that.
He literally that big around, and he was mean. Like I'd move it. And I think I had caught him before. They sprayed outside, and that night
They all just
he came,
pushed him in.
and I saw a couple of smaller ones. Like whatever, okay. But when I can hear the fucker,
Yeah. I was
like on hardwood, just like what the fuck, and then there he goes. It's like, oh no, I can't.
can't let that pass.
I can't have you in here, my
No.
friend.
Yep.
You're too big to eat anything that's in here other than me.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. You're going to be on the dinner plate.
Caught him,
That's-
threw him outside.
That's like, growing up, you would hear them in the woods. Like wolf spiders. You know what I mean? Like, fucking like that big. And my dog would eat them. And the sound of her crunching on those things, ugh. But she was like
That's what I
sport
should've
for her.
done.
It was like
Right.
hunting for them.
Oh, they're everywhere.
Yeah, exactly.
These are good.
But you could fucking hear those things running through the grass. You're like, fuck that.
Do wolf spiders? They don't bite, do they? Or they're not like.
I don't think
They're not
they-
dangerous.
They're not aggressive and dangerous. I mean, they probably would if you tried catching it.
It'd probably be nasty if it got you. But it's
Yeah,
not
but like it's not gonna like chase you down. Like
Yeah,
let's
they're-
just get the fuck away.
yeah, this one was.
I mean, I never actually like unless she caught them or like you were like walking through one and happened to see it, you never saw them.
Right.
Like they were always gone.
I might have a picture of it.
You need a topper.
Just ginger ale. I have other things. Well, lots of pictures of chairs. It's a different time.
I'm obviously happy you're back, but it's sad that it didn't pan out.
Ah, it's all good.
Right.
I'll figure something out.
Like I said, at least you didn't, you know.
I didn't get totally hosed.
Exactly.
Oh, I didn't take a picture of it. I thought I did.
Here, you want the turtle necklace?
Oh, yeah. Capture all the turtles. Where the
Are people
fuck?
still upset at plastic straws, or did we give up on that one?
My last time in the restaurant business, no, I think it was pretty much over. Fuck the turtles.
Fuck the turtles. It's just Darwinism and working its
Well, now it's fucking us. The microplastic type shit. Can you imagine all the crap that's built up?
Oh, it's just
I-
the tip of the iceberg.
Tiny little pieces of that stuff everywhere.
Yeah, they say you eat like a couple credit cards every year, or even might be more than that. I think it might be a month or something.
Sounds right. Most
You
of
know.
it passes, but the rest that like tiny little,
Oh yeah, that's the stuff. It's yeah,
and most of it
molecular
goes right
size.
through you. No big deal. But some of it's in there.
Yeah,
What's it clogging up?
we'll see. I don't know. It's gonna be crazy. I mean, I guess every generation's always said that, but I feel like our technology is moving faster than we
Well, it's
really
the
understand.
acceleration of it. It's
Yeah.
the same whining of, like, why are kids so fucking weird now?
Right?
We weren't like that. That's everyone's always said.
Exactly.
That's normal. But the rate we've watched an acceleration of going from the internet's like in the 90s. Like it was 95. I think it was 95. Maybe we got AOL, and then maybe a couple years later got cable internet.
Yeah,
God knows how slow it was, but it was the tip of the iceberg. And now it's fast as. Remember when websites used to take time to load
Oh yeah.
on dial-up? Like what?
Oh yeah. 56K.
You're just waiting for boobs to show up. It's
Oh
just,
yeah, you sit there forever downloading something and you get it and it's shit. You're like, fuck.
why?
I'm not sitting here at half mast. And now I'm just not even. Now I don't even know. This is shit. This is shit. It was a
I
roll the
clicked on
dice.
that.
You know, you had LimeWire. You're like, well, it's a 5-hour download. Hope
No,
this
for
is worthwhile.
one song.
Yeah, yeah.
Waiting 5 hours for my Limp Bizkit song. We'll come back to this later and see if this gives us a virus.
Yeah, and it's corrupted file like halfway through, and it's just fucking.
Like 2 kilobytes a second. Like that doesn't even kilobytes don't even compute anymore.
Oh yeah.
Fuck.
Yup. Oh shit! You see how fast this is downloading? It's 128 kilobytes.
Whoa!
Lightning speed.
That was fast.
Oh yeah, yeah. You got into triple digit kilobytes. That was, man. You were flying.
And then it turned into, I went to college after that, and then I was like, oh, we got T1, bro.
Yeah, I never had any part of that. We were out with sticks.
But everything still worked. But it was near that point where everything was pretty much, you click on a website and it pretty much load. And now it's on our, I missed that point. I was old enough where 2000, when did the first iPhone come out? Like
2003, I think. Mid 2000s, I want to say. Early
no,
mid 2000s.
I think it was later than that.
You think so?
Like, I want to say like,
where's my Google machine?
06, 07.
Because I remember Blackberries were a big thing.
It wasn't, let's see.
Blackberries definitely predid, because the iPhone killed Blackberry.
And that thing was slow as fuck.
The iPhone?
Yeah.
I mean,
We didn't
back
have
then it was lightning speed.
Okay. 2007. January 9th, 2007.
Okay. Surprised it was January. They didn't release it for Christmas. I feel
It
like
was
they missed
new.
the boat on that one.
But no, those things they hardly worked back then.
Well, there was
I was
no
curious about
networks to support
Right.
it.
It didn't work, but it was 2007.
Okay.
So push it that far. Wired internet at that point on your PC was pretty fast.
Yeah. Yeah, you had cable at that point.
It worked fine.
DSL.
And it was still, I don't know if it's true, but that was probably still just like pure HTML where it was easy to just,
Simple code.
there wasn't a bunch of shit loaded into it. There weren't a shit ton of ads loaded into everything. Everything you click on now has like 8 things
Oh, yeah.
that are loading immediately.
Well, and like, I don't know. I mean, of course, this is just me being grouchy and old, but like everything has cookies now, which is always has, but now you're like, you have to acknowledge the cookies.
There's some
Like, is there some
I don't
kind of a
know.
law?
Oh, there was something where you have to
But now it's just
Say
like
that
one of those things where it's like
everywhere
cookie
you go.
options. They're like basically like you're going to take these
Either
cookies or
accept
you're
it or
going to
not.
leave.
No,
exactly. Like there's no saying I don't want them. They're either like you're going to take this or you're just not welcome here.
Yep. Well, it makes me think of kind of a tangent, but I have no antivirus on my computer, and
Really?
no, because I don't click on stupid shit.
It's true. Well,
And
yeah.
Norton slows everything. Like
Dude.
that's its own.
I'm just I thought maybe there's a pop up
That's
right
its
there. It's its
own-
own virus.
It is. It doesn't do anything.
Oh yeah.
Malware Bytes is better than any of that
I
for
know,
checking for.
Yeah, and I mean
I saw it pop up, and it was kind of. I was looking at the computer over there. It was kind of aggressive, like 3 billion. It said 3 billion people have been infected or that have had personal information stolen. What the
they're
fuck? Fuck you.
clickbaiting the fuck out of grandma and grandpa is what
Right.
they're doing.
That's what it turned into.
They're
that
like dark web
It
scanner.
doesn't do anything.
Like your
No, the
data's
dark
been
web-
exposed on this many sites. Yeah, you know what? It's called a fucking phone
Dark
book.
web just means a website that you can't find in a search engine. That's all it is. It's, just, it's not.
I honestly don't know what is that really what it comes down to. It's just
Yes,
not
it's
searchable.
just being able to connect to. Yeah.
Like you just have to know the domain name and directly enter.
Yeah, there
it.
might be a little more to it, but for the most part, it's just something that isn't readily searchable.
Right.
So it's
Dark.
dark. No, they do that on purpose. They don't have any. Back in the day when I remember with HTML, it'd be meta tags and all that crap. That's phased out, and I'm out of the loop on how web pages are coded now.
Well, do you remember
I think
whatever
it's
happened
CSS.
with Web 3 or something like that? You remember when there was
Sort
that was being
of.
talked about?
Sort of.
Like there was like it was like the same time when the metaverse was coming out, and they were like WW3 or Web 3 or something like that. Like it was going to revolutionize, and it just I don't know. That's one of those things where like I mean you never know how much with the YouTubes, which is where I get 90% of my information.
Which is scary.
Yeah.
Same for me. I'm not.
That's the one that. God, I got to work on my spacing. I need to assemble my thoughts before I start talking, but I don't want to let dead time while I gather my thoughts, man.
It doesn't
This
matter.
is a mental
This
exercise.
is all still practice. You're
Oh, yeah.
taking this far more seriously than I am.
That's because I like being good at things.
Well, then we actually have to do something to get better.
Yeah, right. Maybe we'll do a little bit of R&D.
We're sitting here talking like, what do we talk about? I don't know. We talked about talking about it and then didn't do anything. I will work on that, where we have some semblance of
All right, yeah, you got to keep it on the rails.
I have nothing else to do.
I can go through my.
I might go back to work in the next 3 weeks.
Are you gonna go back
I'll be a simple prep cook, I believe.
in the kitchen?
Oh,
All right.
no, I'm done bartending.
Oh, really? I was gonna say.
can't.
I mean, you talk to people out there though. That could give us some good material, like the scuttlebutt.
But I
of
can't.
higher up people.
I can't talk about it that way. We can't put that out there. Like, oh, Ian and Trevor talking shit.
No, not like that.
No, it turns into that. We've already protected names of people just because you don't want them associated with us randomly talking.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to be a shit talker.
It's not shit talking, but you do
Yes.
have to be careful.
Yeah, you don't want to put people out there on blast or bring
Right.
up names.
Because you might say one thing wrong, and oop. And I get it.
Which, I mean, that really speaks to culture now, though. Like, you fucking put one foot up. Can you imagine
But-
growing up in this world where, like, although, I mean, it's also part of, like, how much you put yourself out there, which is funny considering I've got multiple Instagram accounts and I've got multiple YouTube accounts. You know what I mean? I'll actually have to show you some of those pictures I took at the demo derby. I like Instagram. Have you?
Never really used. Nope.
It's fun. I mean, it's kind of turned into YouTube Shorts with a different
Well,
name.
it's all about the YouTube shorts that I've done some scrolling. Like, why am I still?
Oh, yeah.
Why am I, what the?
Dude, the
And
other,
it's usually interesting as hell.
it's entertaining,
But
well, it depends on how your
How much
algorithm
can you
is.
learn? No, I've tried to. It's like science stuff.
Right,
But
right.
that's not good to listen to it. What is it? What's the max range that it can go?
It's supposed to be
A
no more
minute?
than 60 seconds, yeah. I think there's
What
some
am I learning?
workarounds there
It's
where
just
you can
bullshit.
have longer videos.
It just makes you
but-
think, and then you're on to something else. And that's not okay.
But, I mean, going back to the podcast thing, like the long-form conversation is certainly successful.
No, I love
It's
it.
proven to be a thing. It's a weird dichotomy of hyper ADD and then hyper focus. You know what I
But
mean?
no, there's lack of focus on it'll always go back to like Joe Rogan is our favorite of just something to listen to.
Right.
That a lot of the time you just zone out on.
Yeah.
The most I watched it was when I was playing games and then had YouTube on the other monitor and had that and listening. And I enjoyed the shit out of it, but it's still passive and there's nothing that in depth. It's cool to listen to interesting people talk,
Yeah. But still.
but it's not reading the book that the person is talking about.
That's the thing. Yeah.
I haven't sat down and really read a book in a long time.
Long time.
And
I always read
That's a-
fiction, like sci-fi. Like actually, have you read like Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep? Which
know
is
of it,
what Blade
but I
Runner
haven't.
is based off of.
Right, okay.
And they actually did a very good adaptation. Like fortunately, I watched the movie before reading the book, and then I read it, and it's good. And they did a really good job, of combining them. They messed with the storyline a little bit, but I mean you have to. To take a book and turn it into a movie, you've got to do some
things
things.
get compressed and
Yeah,
changed.
but I mean, they stayed true to the story. They actually did a really good job with that, which is
Did you-
probably why it's such a good movie.
Did you watch frickin' Three Body Problem yet?
Yeah, no, I talked about that. I think we talked about it last time. Maybe it was before we started recording. But yeah, I watched. I don't know. I mean, I like.
No, you said. That's why I blocked it out because you weren't like, "Wow, that was the greatest thing ever."
It's. I like it. I liked it.
The idea of 400 years in the future they're coming. That's what gets me.
Yeah.
So what do we do? It's the same way like our lifespan. You're gonna die. I'm gonna die. We're all dying.
Oh yeah.
But you put a actual, when something is going to happen, changes everything.
Yeah.
Even if it's beyond your lifetime, it changes how you think.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't know how
Well, I mean, that's like war. I mean, like we're where we are now because of World War I and World War II, technologically speaking.
Yeah, just because of
The need
pushing
to
of
survive.
Yeah.
Pushes technology because at that point you don't care how much it costs because having it means
We're doing-
surviving. I mean, it's just crazy. Like my great grandma, who lived to be like 113, was born in town, on downtown. No light, no electricity,
Yeah.
no cars.
So what year was she born?
1890.
Holy
something like
fuck,
that.
that's awesome.
Yeah. Like, yeah, she made it to 113.
And then imagine seeing that change.
Yeah.
Or it's
Like where we were that to say one generation is obviously a stretch because they're overlapping, but still, like the amount of technological progress we've seen in one lifespan, albeit an extraordinarily long one, is fucking crazy. I mean, they were shitting in buckets underneath the bed.
No, it's fine. That was normal.
Yeah.
I'm taking a
Jumping
shit.
outside.
You're welcome, guys. I'm going outside for this.
You know what I mean? Like, holy shit.
But it would have been totally fine. It was like, sorry, Mom. I got to go.
Yeah. And that's what they were doing because they were stacked up like cordwood. Everyone having their own bedroom? No, that wasn't a thing.
Because they were bored. That's why they had so many kids.
Yeah, that had to have been a stinky process back then because hygiene was not good.
It's still
good.
Once things get going, you just
you just stuff some cotton up there and you're good to go.
get it. No, but there's nothing else to do.
Yeah.
There's nothing. It's dark out. I can't go outside. I'm just gonna.
Well, but you also were working all day. I mean, you had to have been fucking tired. Like, you don't see any fat people in pictures back then.
No, but I'm just thinking about you just bang the woman you found in the dark as much as you can. And that's why there were so many kids.
Well, and I mean, it was also, they were, fucking dwarves. Helped with the chores,
Oh, no, there were no.
Many hands make for a lighter load.
No, free labor.
Exactly, yeah.
But I think it was out of boredom.
It's certainly possible. I mean, it makes sense. Like, what else are you going to do?
I mean, seriously, pretend
Well, you're not going to waste all your candles, like just sitting there looking at each other.
Yep. Oh, it's a warm body. Oh,
yeah.
It has holes.
How many holes does a human body have?
14.
14 holes, people. You heard it here first.
Confirmed by science.
Yep. Do your own research. They're there.
Yep.
If you don't know where they are, you're not trying hard enough.
Yep. You need to think more. You gotta keep counting.
I'll give you a free one. Back of the knee. Okay, that one's on the house.
It counts.
Yep.
In a pinch, that's not. Never mind. I won't.
The pinching is the bad part. You don't want to go that. You overextended at that point.
Yep, it was too much. No, they were just bored.
Yep.
But it was dark all the time, or half the time.
I don't know, man. Fuck. We were woefully unprepared.
It doesn't matter. This is just a sound check. I don't give a shit.
Right. I know. Cut this part out. That's the symbol.
Should give some type of gang sign.
Ooh. West Side.
The West Side Marauders.
Ooh.
That was my gang. That didn't exist. Teenage.
You're running all the pog
teenage
circles.
Children made into a
Those
thing.
pogs are mine.
No, then the jackass kid shows up with the 8-pound lead slammer to destroy your pogs.
I never actually even played pogs. I just collected them.
I feel like it was like a 2-week thing.
It's definitely a flash.
Where people got obsessed with them, and then it was like, oh, this is kind of dumb.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking they were expensive.
Yeah.
My mom was really good at letting us buy crap, but limiting it. We thought that those were kind of
Were they like a luxury spend?
a rare item. No, she was smart. Like we didn't have a ton of money, but it was like they weren't worried about spending $20 to buy this crap. But she'd limit it to 5. She was smart.
All right.
She'd keep it to like, there's only $5 we can put into this. You can get 20 pogs, which makes us like, woo, it's great. But looking back, we could have bought tons of them. Mm-hmm. And then we look like the jackasses bringing in all the full tubes of them. And it literally, I feel like that lasted for 2 months in my life, where all the kids were chucking. It didn't even make sense.
No, it was like, oh, they flipped over.
And we never played. It wasn't like we weren't playing.
Like, was there
for
actually a
actual
structure to the game, or was it literally you just like piled them up and slammed the slammers on them?
We made up something with it where I think the way the game was supposed to work is if your opponent, I don't remember how it worked, but if the opponent had their pogs down and you slam them, any that you flipped over, those are yours now. I think that was how it was supposed to work.
Okay.
We weren't playing that way.
Right.
Because we'd like, I just got those, you weren't giving those up. You could, so we made up something. I don't know. So I think that's where it went away. It was almost like playing poker out there. You have to have actual stakes, and the children on the schoolyard weren't willing to do that.
Right.
We couldn't play that way. But it disappeared.
Whatever happened to marbles? I think that was of a previous generation, but
I remember
it was probably a similar type thing, though. Like, man, you had some good marbles. You don't want to give those fuckers up.
No, you're not playing for real stakes.
Yeah.
And you don't see old guys playing anymore.
Well, you don't want to get down on the ground. Fuck that.
Well, no, you had a good setup. Like, they're not giving away their marbles.
Yeah.
They're not.
You don't want to lose your marbles, man.
None of us do. But no, that's where I'd just rather play poker. And it's like, oh, I paid $100. Let's play.
Dude, we should get a poker night going.
Oh, that would be. I'd like to record that.
Yeah. We could mic it
No,
up.
then you just have genuine. I think that'd be fucking sweet.
Yeah.
That actually might give better ideas.
I've got a nice chipset, too.
Sure.
Never used it. Like, when poker was blowing up, back 10 years ago.
It's still part of me. I still
remember staying up late watching Poker After Dark.
Oh, that.
You remember that on, it was like Channel 7?
Vaguely, but
that was probably just a me thing.
Well, I was watching a lot though too because my dad played a ton.
Oh, okay.
He was playing online before. I think he lost. Like what? Through some intermediary when it was illegal to play.
Oh.
Got caught in, I think it was called Net Teller.
Okay.
I think he lost like $700-800.
Oh shit! Like they were just like confiscated.
Oh, this was gambling, and they didn't go after anybody. But he was playing on like Poker Stars, or there was some other. He found a way to get real money in, and he was playing a ton, and that's where I learned. I'm good at poker. I sat and watched him play. I played a lot in early college, but I had no money, so there were no real stakes. But I learned. I played enough hands to know how to play.
I used to try to get games going, and the same thing. Like with, you get a bunch of line cooks trying to play poker. No one really wants to put any money in.
Well, that's where you make it fun. You just say $5.
Well, yeah,
then you fight over the $5, and that's fun.
Right.
That's all that matters.
Right.
It keeps it easy.
Yeah.
I would love to $5. Everybody, you can buy back in at whatever.
Yeah, it's not about the money at that point. It's just about the game.
No, but you make it somewhat. It's competitive enough that I play.
Yeah, you still want to win.
Golf for $5 a
right.
hole.
Yeah, just to make it
better
interesting.
I don't want it to be 100.
Yeah, just a little bit of skin in the game,
like,
just to make it interesting.
Just a little.
Yep.
Brings everybody over, and
dude,
you can.
I want to go golfing. I am terrible at it. No one wants to go with me. I can tell you
I'll go with it. What the fuck, Ian? I'm pretend retired right now. You just let me know.
Well, I mean, with all my spare time,
That's the thing. What? Like next Saturday.
Yeah.
You want to go?
Oh, hey, babe, I'm gonna be gone all day.
You want to go at noon? No,
Yeah.
play 9 holes. We'll go to the Crown.
Bay Meadows.
We'll go to the Crown. No, it's right there.
Oh yeah.
Hour and a half.
It's bad though, dude. I struggle to get off the tee.
Doesn't matter. You'd be surprised. You can play.
I'd
so
be down.
2 hours then.
Right. I mean, you always just take drop ball too. Winner rules. Like, oh, not chasing that one
Wouldn't
down.
give a
Fuck
shit.
it.
Just
right.
play. Have fun. And we'll be moving along.
Yeah.
Don't get frustrated if you... Dude, there's still times when I took a break from golf. I went and played with my dad when I got back home, and it was... I shot for 109.
I don't really know what that means.
That's a lot.
Okay.
So, like...
for 18?
For 18.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah.
Par is 72.
Wolf. Yeah, okay.
No, but that was me playing like okay.
Right. Actually, you know what I would love to start doing again is disc golfing. I used to go
can't
all
do
the
it.
fucking time, dude. I got a bag of discs still. I mean, you don't get rid of shit like that.
It's not the same.
Yeah. Well, you mean it's golf?
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. But I mean, it just
can't-
used to be something that's free. You know, you're out in the woods.
No,
it's
you're
relaxing.
not poor anymore. So we can.
I'm not rich. I got parasites, man.
No, hopefully they become symbiotic at some point. Make a little workers.
Yeah, exactly. They're not even expensive yet. Well, actually, they are daycare, dude. Holy shit.
I couldn't be retired if I had the little ones running
No.
around. It's not
No.
not a thing.
Well, you could be. I mean, if you don't have to take them to daycare, then it's fine. Because at that point, they're relatively cheap.
No, I would want to take them to daycare.
You're right.
Even my own spawn, I wouldn't. Yeah, I need a little break.
I mean, I was trying to talk her into being like, I'll fucking stay home. I'll be Mr. Mom. Like, fuck it. Are you kidding me? I've been working my ass off my entire life.
I'll watch them. I
Yeah,
love them. I
exactly.
love them. What? You want an apple? Here you go.
Yeah.
I'll even cut it up for you.
I mean, when I was still at the restaurant, we called it Adventure Days. Because we just go. Fucking grab the diaper.
Everything's fun. For
Exactly.
Them. They don't get,
Yeah.
no, you just make sure they're fed and watered and
Yeah.
pooped and
You know, you change the sawdust and you're good to go.
Everything's new.
That's the biggest thing. You got to crate train them. If you're not crate training your kids, you got to get them crate trained right off the rip. It's a game changer. You just put the little gerbil water in there, little you know.
No, it's cedar chips is the key.
The cedar. Yeah, I can't use pine. No,
because that'll
nothing but the best.
I think it splinters on, or no, it's flammable. No, you get a fire source near that, and those
Pine chips just
they're
go
gone.
up.
They're
Yeah,
gone.
no, cedar's much more stable.
R.I.P. Dorothy.
The heat lamp was too close to the pine
Yeah.
chips.
It was sad.
That's why you don't use lamps. You use the rocks. Okay, they just laid out on top of that thing. They fucking love it.
It smelled like barbecue, but it was really sad when we found out what happened.
Dude, getting snipped. They cauterize it. Hot dogs are never gonna taste the same. It smells
You
like
smelled
fucking
hot dogs?
With the irony, there's
That's funny.
yeah.
But that was literally what you're like.
It smells like pork. Pork
That's
hot dogs.
supposedly what the human body tastes like.
Yep.
How much? I don't want it.
What?
Don't they just cauterize like one tube in the?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't research it that deep. I mean, it's
But
common.
you smelled pork.
Smelled pork. Hot dogs, specifically hot dogs. Like it smelled like a fucking Oscar Mayer on the grill.
Oh, so that's ruined.
I mean, I'll get over it. I think I ate hot dogs last week, but it still was like,
Made
yeah.
you think though.
Oh yeah. Well, it made me think is like how they get it out of the room. Because when you walk in there, you don't smell it, and you know they're cranking them out. Like there's some dude hobbling
Oh,
out
the
in front of
ventilation
me.
is fantastic.
Right?
They know what they're doing.
Yeah.
It's just a ball cutting and cauterizing facility.
Dude, it's kind of crazy when you think about it.
You can only have 3 kids now. That's
Yeah.
all you got.
Yeah.
You got them all now. You got the perfect ratio.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
You got big brothers. Take
I
care
guess
of
a little part of me always thought I'd just have like a fucking harem. Just start
that's
pumping
not the
out
right way to
babies.
use that word. I mean, multiple wives.
Yeah.
not-
Yeah.
yeah.
That didn't pan
A
out.
harem and more. You were thinking that when you married your wife? That there'd be other wives?
No. I don't know. No, I clearly knew that was not going to be a thing. I don't know. It's just getting your head around the fact like this is really it. Like there are no more. You know what I mean? Which I've come to terms with it, but like leading up to the surgery, it's like fucking it was a head fuck, dude.
Well, it's the same thing as how old are you? You're what, 37?
Yeah, 37.
I'm gonna be 40 in like a month.
Right.
I'm done.
Yeah.
I don't want them anyway.
It's-
But like that.
that's why you're supposed to do it when you're
might bite
young.
me in the ass. It really might. But for now, it's like,
I mean, it's not to say you can't. Like, there's lots of people that have.
I
But
don't wanna deal
fuck,
with
dude. I can't imagine that. Like, it's still now, I think about it, and I'm like...
It would have been so much easier if you're 24.
Fuck yeah.
And, yeah.
Well,
Like,
and that's...
I'm awake, I can do it.
And they'd be gone by now.
Right.
They'd literally be gone.
They're going to be around when you're...
Yeah. You know?
I'm done. Get the fuck out of here.
Well, I mean, and, you know, in 10 years, 8 years, like, at least they can be trusted not to fucking walk out into the road or something like that. You know what I mean?
You just need that. That's the...
Like, at that point, they're individuals, and you can be like, don't fucking do that. They have a preservation instinct at that point, to where at least they won't do anything really stupid, hopefully, if I've done my job, you know?
Well, you'll start seeing it soon, because oldest is going to be, what, 5?
Yeah.
You're getting there.
Yeah.
You remember when 6, you start having an actual personality, and then it just...
Yeah,
right? I don't...
Well, it makes me think back to, like, when did I really start? Like, when did my consciousness really truly begin? Which is really hard to pin down. Like, what's your earliest, like...
Actually
coherent memory, like as a
like,
person, like as you as an individual.
As a timeline starting.
Yeah, like, where does it really start? Like, I
like
have flashes of memories.
2nd, 3rd grade.
I mean, I start, like, preschool-ish.
But I have memories, and somewhat, but I'm talking cohesive.
Like, as T-Bone.
That would have been... That's a hard question, then.
Yeah, it is. That's what, I mean, I've thought about it. Like, where does my identity truly begin? As an individual.
It's never actually begun. That's the fun part.
Well, maybe that's, like, the whole, you know, question of reality. Is this just a training run?
I hope not. I'd rather just sleep again. Just to make it black. I'd be fine with that. That's not a cry for help. That's
no.
Well, I didn't mind it when I.
It's funny you say that, because, like, it was something on one of the medias, probably Instagram, where it was like, bro was 30 beers deep and just dropped, I hope death is like dad carrying you to bed after you fall asleep in the truck. And you're like, whoa, yeah.
It could very well could be. I don't know.
Just that.
Nope, just gone.
Yep.
But no, I'm trying to think of the... No, I don't have a pure stream of remembering everything. We lose that. But there was a time where it felt like I remembered everything.
Yeah.
You could remember a month ago like that. You could remember a year ago like that.
I don't remember 2 days ago. You could ask me what I do last Saturday.
No, people ask me like, "Oh, we talked about this." I'm like, "Oh, sort of remember that." Yeah. Oh, wait. Yeah. But fuck.
You know, I mean, I've got.
That's why it's easy to just fade off into who cares.
Yeah, memory is a strange thing. It's a very strange thing.
No, it's so precious in a way, but it's nothing. It's just.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, like dementia, like that's my biggest fear.
That just hurts others. That.
Yeah, you're happy as a clam. Well, sometimes.
No, cranky.
Cranky. Very confused.
No, it sucked, but.
Be like 10-second Bob. Mm-hmm. What the fuck is his name? You know what I'm talking about from that 50 First Dates?
It's sort of.
Hey, I'm
movie,
Bob.
That one doesn't click.
It was a really cute, also kind of creepy movie when you look deeper.
No, it was an
into
Adam Sandler.
Yeah.
And, with the chick from E.T.
Drew Barrymore.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was that.
Yep.
I never fully watched that movie.
Yeah, it's cute. Definitely a chick flick, but
yeah, maybe I'd appreciate it more now.
I feel like Adam Sandler movies always get a bad rap. Like, they're just simple movies.
He's pretty real. He's respected.
Yeah, but I mean, not taken seriously either. You know what I mean?
Well, no, didn't he do some that were actually...
Well, what was that? I didn't see it. That last one where, like, I think maybe it just released or it was coming up, where he's, like, in space. You see the pre-trailers for that? There's, like, a big-ass fucking space spider.
No, heard about it, but never heard anything after it came out, which
Yeah.
means it probably sucked. We're on the internet enough. If you don't hear anything more, like any... And the algorithm will tell you, like, oh, this is doing great. It sounds like I have to see Deadpool, Wolverine, or whatever the fuck it's called.
Ah, dude, I'm so over the fucking superhero movies.
No, those are actually good.
I guess I'm just not into the.
I
was
like
never
Guardians of the
into 'em.
Galaxy and then Deadpool. That was it. Out of this
I
entire.
hate Deadpool. Really fucking hate it.
Why?
Breaking the fourth wall, man. I don't like it. It
He
ruins
literally
the movie.
says he's.
That, I mean, I understand
That's
that's
funny.
I understand that's dead. Like even in the comic books, I know.
Just
Like I never
going-
read them, but I'm aware of that's his character.
But that pisses you off.
I don't like it.
Huh.
It destroys all sense of disbelief for me. Like you're taking me out of the movie at that point. Like
No,
when,
to me-
when the movie's talking directly to me, it destroys the movie.
I like it though because it's understanding that like we've watched so many shitty movies, and this one they can actually swear, do goofy stuff. It's
all,
how it should
all
be.
of that stuff
it's
is
why
fine.
The Boys was good.
I love the early Boys. I haven't seen the last
weird.
season.
It got weird, like too much.
Okay, I haven't. I
But that's where I like the Boys, where they're actually behaving like if
No,
we had
that-
superpowers, I'd be doing the same shit.
that's not the part that I don't like. It's the tearing, the breaking through the fourth wall or whatever it's called, like the talking to the viewer.
Yeah, he literally says I broke the fourth
Yeah,
wall.
yeah. No, I just don't like it. It's not my thing.
And I wouldn't say that I love the movie, but to me it was kind of refreshing compared to the actual bullshit. Like the Avengers movies suck.
I haven't watched
It's
any
so
of them.
fake. Any of them at all ever?
Maybe was the first one with like Silver Surfer and stuff like that. Is that Avengers?
No, it'd be the whole Marvel universe. So good, you've missed all of it.
Yeah.
Okay, you would love Deadpool if you had watched all of, like Iron Man.
I've
Thor,
seen Iron Man. I never
that
saw
was
any
decent,
other ones though. Iron Man was good. That was a good movie.
But all the Marvel Universe movies that have been put out are shit. It's just
It's like two seals fighting over a grape.
no.
Sorry, that's the biggest thing I get away from fucking Iron Man is when they kiss and the what's his name? The fucking black dude. What the hell's his name? You know what I'm talking about?
Was it Terrence Howard at that point?
Maybe.
I think it was the first one. I think was Terrence Howard. And
Yeah.
then they switched to Don Cheadle.
It might have been Don Cheadle.
That's the second or third. But then those movies started getting shitty.
No, it must have been Terrence
So if
Howard.
you haven't
'cause it was the
watched
first
all
one.
of them,
I watched the first one and I saw parts of the second one. Wasn't the second one with the dude with like the electric whips or something?
Yeah, it was the second one.
Yeah, no, this is the
It was-
first one that I'm
The
thinking
first
of.
one was okay. That was like a cool Superman movie.
Right.
But you go through all of them. There's like 14, Ian. There's 14 movies.
It's too many.
And they're
Well, and they're
Guardians
doing
of the
they're doing
Galaxy
the
is
same
fucking
thing with
fun.
Star Wars.
and then that's
They
ruined.
are
That's
just
all ruined.
beating the shit
No,
out of that. As soon as they sold it to Disney, I was like, fuck.
No, it's over.
It's done.
Although they've done good with. I like the Mandalorian. The Boba Fett shit was okay.
I wanted to like The Mandalorian, but like, dude, you're a badass bounty hunter that like fucking kills everyone, and somehow you just show up at a planet and you're like, I don't know what's going on. I'll talk to this random stranger, and
But
then
that's
my
what Star
solutions
Wars
will.
kind of is.
I need to rewatch the original trilogy because it's been a very long time.
It's so good. You will
It's-
be like, all right, there's a reason this all spawned all of this.
Yeah,
But
but-
I'm at the point where those were great. There are 3 original. Great. The Disney version, the most recent 3, makes the ones that came out in like 2002, 2003, whenever,
the trilogy or the first.
seem okay now.
Right.
Those seem like they're just telling a story. It's all right. It's fun.
good. That's the thing. It's good storytelling. It's not
It wa-
enter a formula, easy solution.
Those were shit.
They were shit, but compared to what they're
Compared to
making
us
now,
now, it doesn't make any sense. Oh, the Emperor's alive. Oh, what? The Star Destroyers are rising out of the ocean, this random planet that we don't know anything about. It doesn't.
that's the thing. There's no story building. It's like I feel like
I
all
saw a
movies
lightsaber
now.
fight. Did you see that? We were in the woods.
Rogue One was a good movie. That movie I enjoyed. There were some weak parts, but like as a whole,
That one I liked. That
Peel
was-
back, like
As a
just
movie,
ignore the
it was
shitty
fun.
parts. As a
It was
movie,
good.
it was
It was a
good.
good movie.
It was in canon. It was a well done movie.
It was good.
Solo was dog shit.
Yeah, that
Everyone
was
was losing their shit over The Mandalorian. I really wanted to
I didn't
like
lose
it.
my shit over it, but it was something where it was like I saw some hope of this is watchable, and it actually, the Baby Yoda thing was the part of it where it brought in a larger audience. I can get that where they're trying to sell it to more people, so I could understand what was happening, and it was a decent enough story that I could actually kind of connect with it. For what it was fine. Was it the best thing? No.
It's Anatomy Park.
It
It's a monument to compromise.
but they made money. And
They made money, but
and it wasn't as yeah, it's bad. It wasn't as shitty as the fucking movies.
like the new ones they're making. Like, what's the new one with the witches or some shit? I haven't watched it, but I've heard terrible things about it.
Wait, what? That Star Wars thing?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't even know.
No, we're
what's
too old now. I don't know.
Yeah.
It does.
Well, it's because they're shit. I'm not going to waste my time. And it's really
It makes
just,
me think of Game of Thrones now.
I never watched that.
See, you have to watch that. Because I was recently upset by Game of Thrones ended in 2020 or maybe 2019.
Sounds about right.
There's House of the Dragons now. Season 2 just ended. It's been the most slogging, slow story I've ever been around. But it's
Really?
Game of Thrones universe, but 200
Is it the
years
same
before.
like writer, or is it like a different
Different.
production
No,
crew?
it's a whole different.
Right.
But they're trying to cash in on it. And it was only this season 2 of House of the Dragons was 8 episodes. I thought it was 10 episodes. So when I watched the 8th episode last weekend, I was like, "Oh shit, they're doing good." I didn't know it was the last episode of the fucking season. It's going to be 2 years before the next one's out.
2 years.
So they're setting it up, or call it a year and a half.
still.
Whatever. They're setting up like, oh, they're finally something's gonna happen. Finally. No, it's the fucking finale. I have to wait years to watch the actual story happen. Nothing happened in season 2. It was just bullshit talking and vague, not as good as Game of Thrones. Where that, if you get into it, it's actually the characters in Game of Thrones were great.
Really.
You could actually get into it.
Okay.
It was fun. They took the time to develop characters. So you could hate a character. You could be like, that dude's awesome. You know, in a really, really, really cool story, Game of Thrones got destroyed because they rushed it in the last, I'd say, probably the last 3 seasons. They ran out of books.
So there's
Because George R.R.R. Martin hadn't finished it. So through season 5, that shit was legit good.
Okay.
Where you actually cared. It actually made, for the most part, in a fantasy setting, made sense. And then season 6 started to slip, and then 7 and 8 was just like... And season 8 was awful. That's why nobody talks about it.
They just pretend
It was that bad.
Just pretend it didn't
They
happen.
just rushed through it. It was stupid. Like, things didn't make sense. And they don't wrap up there's a certain sense of magic and mysticism that you're kind of teased with the entire time. Never gets explained.
Oh.
That's what pissed me off. Like, what's really going on? You'd suspect certain people like, what do you know? How do you know that? Nothing gets explained. It just, oh, we ended the story and this random person is the king now, and oh, it's over. It was like that, and then no one talked about it. It was just done. It literally fell off a cliff.
I mean, ending a story is going to always be difficult, especially if it's something as big as that. But still,
It's because the books weren't done.
Well, yeah, didn't it take him like 30 years to write the books? Didn't he like really like super slow?
It was some extreme amount of time, and I think like the last book the guy wrote was probably in 2005.
Okay.
And we've been waiting for and I think that gets us up to, I don't know for sure, but I think that gets us up to like season 4 or 5.5, and there were 8 seasons of the show. Just as an example, he doesn't know how it ends. I think the dude just wrote a great story, but didn't know how to end it. Didn't know where it was even going. He just wrote it.
Right.
So he's just hiding out like, he's a celebrity. He's done great.
Right.
But no, I don't think he knows how to end it.
Sometimes it's best not to.
That he didn't even know what the point of any of it was or why things happened.
Well, I mean, that's kind of life, right? It's like
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Does anyone really know how this ends?
You just make it up as you go along.
This is just the story of what's happening. You don't really know what's going to happen. Yeah. Makes me think of the new Matrix movie again.
I need to rewatch that.
Yeah, rewatch it and just let me know what you think.
It's been too long. I can't even. I was like, it made me cringe. Is all I remember.
Yeah.
But I actually remembering it, I can't talk about it. And those were that was all ruined after the first one was.
The first one was phenomenal.
Insane.
Well, but it was so original. Like
was.
When that came out, the cinematography, like the video angles, like the bullet fucking like
the bullet
shit.
Time. It's bullet time.
Bullet time. Yeah. Like that was fucking. I remember watching
and
that
the story
in the theater.
itself.
The story, everything. Yeah.
So you have all these things coming together. Like, oh, that was great.
Well, and it's funny. Like, of course, found out about it on YouTube. Go back to no original ideas or thoughts, but like that was based off of. I don't know if it was actually officially based off of, or it was just inspired by. But like, ever watch it's a Lucas movie, THX like 1378 or some shit like that.
No, are you going into where like the connection between? I don't know how to explain it. The idea of a digital. No, you keep going. Sorry, I had to.
I mean, it's been a long time since I watched the movie, but it's a simulation or a augmented existence where like people are medicated and just fed information to keep them docile. Yeah, absolutely. But like watching the movie, especially after watching The Matrix, you're like, oh yeah, fuck yeah, they're in The Matrix. Oh, sorry. But one of those things where, like, you know, it's all they didn't have the special effects back then.
What was it called?
So like THX something. I don't have my Google machine.
There are like connections to Ghost in the Shell. You know of that?
I'm aware of it. I watched the live action one, but that was one of those ones.
No, that was.
It was also one of those ones where I was always half in the bag when I started it, and I always fell asleep before it was over. You know what I mean? So like I'm aware of it, but I don't really remember.
We need to write that down then, because there's a connection there. Because I was always wasted when I watched either of them. There's the live action, and there's the anime.
The original.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's something we need to write that down. Write that down.
We don't need to write it down, man. We got it.
I'm not going to remember it off of that. I'm not going to be watching this constantly.
What? Just remember Ghost in the Shell? Fuck, I'll grab a pen and paper.
Ghost in the Shell, how it connects to the Matrix.
We do need to start taking notes on this. Ghost in the Shell connected to Matrix. All right.
In a very vague sense, the idea of a digital self. That was the... Because that was a robot. And the idea that you can upload yourself.
I think that's where the future's going.
That's kind of the...
thing.
Because it literally...
That's one of the ones I actually... Oh.
That's the connection I make. That you can be a digital person.
I mean, what's to say we're not already digital people?
Well, this feels pretty real, so I'm going to consider this reality. I'm going to go off of that.
Well, just because it's digital doesn't mean it's real. I mean,
but I'm going off of this is real.
I mean, if you believe it's real, then it is, right? I mean, if you have
not necessarily, but
I mean, the belief in something kind of makes it a thing.
No. Believing in it doesn't make it a thing. I'm open to the idea that it might not be real. I have no other explanation. It could, maybe this is all just made up. Maybe it is all digital.
I guess, I mean, that kind of leads into the whole simulation theory, which I don't buy into. Well, I guess simulation is a funny word, maybe not the best way to describe it, if that's what people believe, which seems to be a growing thought. I think that's really comes back to just people being online and on the internet. and gaming. Like,
But there's not that much to think about with it. I accept that might be real. But it doesn't affect my day to day. It doesn't affect me waking up and feeling what I'm feeling. It doesn't matter.
No, yeah. I understand what you're saying.
Fine. But we figure that out, and then we're really fucked. Like what? It doesn't change a thing.
Fuck, where was I going with that? Oh, that if this is a simulation, I always hate tying things into movies, but sometimes
That's what we've grown up with it.
Well, but I mean, sometimes
culture now.
it's like trying to be original just for the sake of being original when there's a perfectly good example of something that already exists. Like, why try to reinvent the wheel? Just bring it back to a story based off that, because it's something you conceptualize and everyone can agree upon because you all know that story.
Yep.
You know what I mean? But like if you die in the Matrix, you die in the real type thing. That was a huge part of the Matrix. Like, you get smoked in the Matrix, you're dead, because your mind is gone.
Yep.
So, if this is a simulation, dying is still fucking dying. So what difference does it make? It's real.
That's kind of what I mean. It makes no difference. As long as this is real, to us.
To us. I mean, that the whole story of heaven kind of implies this is a simulation anyway, because it means it's not the end. Like, imagine explaining a video game to someone that doesn't know what a video game is.
That's interesting. But why is it paradise though, instead of just reality? That's where
You got to keep them playing the game.
there's a reward.
Yeah. You get so many XP points.
Then it makes even less sense because why not just die quick?
That's why you got to. Well, because you don't know. There's no.
If I just died as a baby, I didn't do anything wrong.
Well, that's why suicide is, I think, in all religions, leads to purgatory, hell, like ending the simulation too soon, ending the game.
I'm done.
It's like when you jump into a Call of Duty match or something and you fucking bail before the match is over. Everyone hates you. Fucking let the team down, bro. Where the fuck did you go? We need you for the next raid.
It's an interesting way to put it. Yeah, so then you just wake up into the next level of the same bullshit.
Yeah.
I don't know who said it, but the universe was not designed with us in mind. We just happen to be here.
Well, all right. Well, okay.
It has nothing to do with.
It's
not built for our.
It wasn't built for us. We just happened to. What if we're just extremophiles? We're the fucking mold that learned how to eat plastic in the dumpster.
Probably.
Like it.
And that's weird. It's the crisis of. I'm old enough now. I don't really care.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. It's a.
You actually have little ones to worry about now. But in the scheme of it, that life will go on no matter what.
Yeah, exactly. What if the Earth is actually a living being, and we're a computer operating at 4 gigahertz on a life form that operates at 1 gigahertz. And every time there's these cataclysmic events that destroy ecosystems, that wipe out complete lines of evolution, is just the immune system of the planet waking up. Like, what if the dinosaurs were just another virus on the Earth, and the Earth finally reached an immune response and just shook it off?
I don't see that as... No.
Why not? How is that crazier than anything else?
Cause usually there's an outside cataclysmic event. Or
mean,
the sun gets too hot and is blasting us with to me, there has to be some cause.
What if that is the immune response? That's my whole point. Like we are
Maybe,
so small.
I'm open to, but
It's just a thought experiment. I'm just saying. Like I'm not like fucking. Give it all up. There's no point. There's just going to shake us off.
no, not even that direction. But we're thinking on such a small scale of time.
Yeah, that's my
you
point.
Get it.
That's my point. We're gigahertz ahead of the actual host.
Oh, we're
Yeah,
and everything else is going.
exactly.
No, that's probably the way it is.
The mountains rising, the continents
No, the
separating.
mountains. If you personify them in a way, or give them some feel, they're just slowly growing or getting smaller, but
It's
very
the heartbeat
slow.
of the planet.
So I need to do shrooms again. We can see it.
All right, Joe.
I'm gonna watch mountains. No, I love that. I could see. No, I would. I could see trees breathing. On shrooms, I can watch them. Everything is just.
See, I was never able to get to that point.
They
always made me violently ill. I always threw up.
No, you just gotta get like 20 minutes in. You'd love it.
No,
Who were you around? Were you around people that you like? Were you safe?
Yeah, no, it was like just physically sick.
That's where you
Like,
can drink a ton of. You have an iron stomach, man. How did
That took
You'd love
years
it.
of training.
you'd love it?
I've
You've never
done
been
it.
able to see a tree
Never visuals.
like literally like Jimi Hendrix swirls.
No, the only time I ever got anything super visual
beautiful.
like that was when I was puking in the
Beautiful.
toilet and it like fucking came back up at me.
No, I watched trees being alive and talking to each other, and not in a like direct way, but
Just
that it was all harmony and this is all the same.
see, I feel like I
It's
can
all
get
one.
I feel
and it
like
was a real, truly a good feeling of this. It's all,
oh no,
Well, part
I
of-
understand what you're saying. Like I mean, I've
and I could see it.
in the past, like when I was like young, and I just had zero responsibilities. You're talking preteens. Before work, I was homeschooled, so I was like left to my own devices. Like homeschool is a very loose word for what I was basically a feral
Yeah, you're
child.
smarter than pretty much everybody I know. So,
Thank you.
and no, and like your mechanical knowledge. Think of all the things you know.
Yeah.
More than you tend to run into dumbasses more than you run into smarter people than you.
Yeah.
It's
Yes. Yeah. I mean, I don't know how to say that without sounding like a cocky fuck, but like, yes, like, like even when I run into people smarter than me, like if they explain it properly, I can normally understand what they're saying.
no,
like,
you have
I
an
can-
idea,
like, I can-
and you recognize that they're smarter,
Yeah.
or they know more about
they know
what they're
more.
talking about.
Not, dude. That's the biggest thing.
Oh,
that for
of being smarter.
being smarter is
It's
like more knowledgeable. Yes. And I am so fucking stupid about things too. You know what I mean? Like, but normally
Not compared to most people,
I'm
yeah.
cognizant enough to be like, oh, like I didn't know. Like I feel like I have like a weird deafness. Like I'm not deaf. Like I can be out in the woods and I can fucking hear a spider walking through the grass, but someone talking to me, right past,
Right through you.
right through me.
No,
You know what I mean? Like if there's like the slightest background noise, it's almost like,
and you're trying to listen.
yeah.
I have the
Or
same
not
thing.
even that, like not even like picking up on, like not receiving the signal of a communication coming my way, like almost like trying to watch like old school TV, trying to filter the static.
Yep,
You know what I
that's
mean?
good.
Like
Yep.
looking at the picture through the snow is
Yep.
how I feel like when some people are talking to me.
Yep.
Like the signal, I like it's like their thoughts aren't focused enough for me to actually hear it.
No, I like that
Does that make sense?
a lot.
Like I feel like that, like a
And
lot of my
I
communication
always
issues
wonder
with
if
certain
that's-
people.
If that's me or
Yeah,
yeah,
but like I get that, like especially at work, like now. I mean, like, a lot of the time I'm like, just fucking spit it out. Like,
Right,
why
right.
are you making me sit here while you try to? If you fucking track me down to say something, you should already have that in the chamber and ready to go.
I need
like
just
fucking
start
give
with
me the
bullet
information.
points and then we narrow in.
Yeah, exactly. And I understand that. I'm patient with people. I feel like I try to be patient with people. But I'm like, just fucking spit it out. Like, just give me the information.
Or start me in a direction.
Yeah.
So I can start thinking along the lines of what you're saying instead of you just...
Yep. And I mean, I feel like that might just be like a resting bitch face on my part. Like someone will be like, hey, and I just fucking stare bullets at them. I'm like, yeah, what? Like I'm a fucking thoroughbred. I'm just like, let's go. You know, and they're just like, fuck!
The thing was making noise.
Yeah.
What thing? What are you talking
Use your
about?
words. Oh my god! If I had
then it all
dollar,
goes black.
Yeah. Fuck!
I'm trying to listen to you. What are you trying to say?
Oh, like more knowledgeable, filtering out the noise. Fuck! It's gone.
Were you not listening, Ian?
Wait, what?
Hello?
If I had $1 for every time I was like, use your words. I mean, that's parenting.
My dad loved that one.
Yeah.
Just use your words.
Yep.
That was when he started to like us as children. He was like, yeah, when you guys couldn't talk, it was kind of like, hey guys, I'm out of here. And not in a bad way, but
yeah. Like just
you're
come back when you
useless
got
to
something
me.
to bring.
If you can
bring
say
to the table.
something, use your words. No, we'll go do all kinds of adventures, all the fun things.
Yup.
But once you start to talk, you're good.
Yeah, exactly. That's where we're at right now.
And now that fucker's getting old.
Well, now he's clearly intelligent. Probably a touch of the tism. Definitely comes from me. Because the cross, the Venn diagram of what's described as autistic and intelligent, there's a lot of overlap there.
Oh, I have
you know what I mean? Which I feel like that's another whole thing. Like the medication of children, you know, because of blank psychological issue is...
I think it's always been there.
It's always been there, but now they're like, oh, we'll just pump them full of Adderall. It'll be fine. Like, no, you're fucking people up, like, bad. You know?
I did Adderall. I didn't get on... It was Ritalin when I was...
Ritalin. It's the same difference.
no,
I mean, it's a different name.
Same idea. But I didn't start taking that till I was like 20.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I was always disruptive in class, but generally a good student, blah, 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 all that. But it all fit. I should have been a perfect candidate for it. But when I took it as I'd say young adult, it fucks with you.
I mean, it's fucking amphetamines.
I had no appetite. The focus was there to a degree, but there was almost like I knew, or maybe it was because I was that old. I knew it was like, this is being abused.
Oh yeah.
I can pop one and kind of get stuff done, but I'm still me.
Right.
It's not. It doesn't change. It never. For easy tasks, it got things done. But to actually be able to think and learn, no. I could kind of focus, but the side effects of it were awful.
Well, that's why my parents ended up pulling me out of school, because they wanted to medicate me. They were like, because I would, like, I mean, you probably did the same thing. Like, you're talking like second, third grade.
Yeah. Like
the multiplication sheets, like you're crank it out, flip it over, start doodling.
And start being annoying there.
Yeah.
That was literally a thing.
Yeah. They were like, because I would draw like planes and tanks and
no, and I'd start
soldiers.
shooting pencils through them. Like, what? But you guys are still working on this?
Mm-hmm.
And being funny, they were all my friends. This wasn't, or I can't. It's weird how it's can't quite remember. Maybe I was being disruptive. But I was literally done with it, and I'd help for a minute, but then I get in trouble for helping them.
Mm-hmm.
If I'd actually been able to say like, "Hey, here's how I thought of this," it might have been better.
I think the tipping point.
I feel like it was like I was stopped from helping people. That's a weird. I never thought of it that way.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't trying to disrupt. It was like, I'm done. Does anyone? But we were told like, nope. This is a secret. This is all a test.
Yep.
Fuck that.
I spent a lot of time in the hallway. Did they do that for you guys in your school?
Oh yeah.
Like the hallway was
I
effectively
never made
detention.
it. I never really got into. I was clever enough to be like,
Oh, I wasn't. I wasn't.
But they always picked the one kid.
I think the tipping point for me was when I left. Like I just left. I walked out. They sent me out into the hallway.
That's fucking awesome.
And it was in town, or it was in the neighborhood, and my grandma lived like a quarter mile away. And I'm like in third grade, and it was like 2:00, and I'm sitting there in the hallway, and there wasn't, because normally there was another kid in the other classroom in the hallway, like the other disruptive kid.
You weren't being watched.
Yeah, and I was like, the door was right there, and I was just like, fuck this, I'm going to grandma's house, and I just left.
It's fucking awesome.
I probably changed policies. Like my actions probably made.
You were fine.
I was fine, but I was not accounted for. It's not like I told anyone I was leaving. Like they went out to gather me up from the hallway, and I was just missing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Probably caused a little bit of a panic.
But I have no sense. I'm not around kids enough for anything to even know like the worry or the danger they could be in. Like I don't worry about children running out into traffic.
Right.
You have to think about it all the time if you're out with them.
Oh yeah.
But I have no
silence is terrifying.
It,
silence is fucking terrifying.
If you don't hear.
Yeah. If you don't hear any activity, you're like, where the fuck did you go?
Did you get in the ceiling again?
Pretty much. Seriously. Like that is well within the possible. Yeah, that's a possibility. You know, if it was structurally possible, I'd be like, he's in the fucking ceiling tiles. Shit.
No, and he's being quiet on purpose. He's smart.
Yeah.
He knows.
Oh yeah. Like his thing now is he'll like play underneath the deck, which I kind of remember being a thing for me when I was a kid, that age. Like same thing, like the murky memories. But I'm like, it's real fucking quiet. Get out there. You out here, bud? Like, yeah, I'm under the deck. Okay, all right.
All right, cool. As long as I have some radar.
What do you do if you go somewhere else? Tell you? Okay, all right.
I think he's got it.
Yeah, silence is terrifying. Like, I can imagine the teacher going out into that hallway and me being missing.
Terrifying.
Was fucking shitting her pants. But still, I was just like, I did not, because I said so was never an adequate explanation for me as a child. It certainly didn't get better in adulthood. Well, actually, maybe it did, because as an adult, you can like you have a worldview and you understand how society works. That's the thing. Like school, to me, the education system is not about learning. It's about beating you into a functional part of society, or it used to be.
Yeah,
and giving you a baseline education of like necessary skills. But it's really mostly about.
But then it lags. I mean, sorry.
No, that's really all I got. I wasn't going much further than that.
It lags behind where I would have been far better off. I was told like, you're smart. You're pretty smart. You're going to college. You're doing that. That didn't interest me at all.
Right.
And I literally went in blind. It was just, you're going to college, and it wasn't beaten into me. You're going to college. It was like, that's literally just what you do.
Right. Which is bullshit.
No other options given. I would probably have been a fucking awesome electrician.
Right.
And I think that would have suited me better, to learn how to actually work with the physical world.
Well, and to actually learn. To actually be like shown how to do things.
Yes. Because I'm terrible at this age now of even putting the fucking mic together. Really, that's almost a struggle.
Right.
Not a struggle, but it's like, this isn't like, oh, well, of course it goes this way. I never learned to think that way. Like the trade part of things was out of it. But
is that something that can really be taught too, though?
If you're immersed in it, yeah.
Yeah.
I think I would have learned just fine.
Right.
And you have to add in, my dad was building crap all the time, but he was building crap. He was bad at it. No, he would admit to it. This isn't a knock on him.
It was just busy work. Like he would build like entertaining himself.
He built like a pedal go-kart that didn't quite line up. He didn't have the skill. He couldn't weld. He couldn't do, but he still was trying to do it. there was still that dealing with the physical world. Mm-hmm. And I always respect him for making it. It didn't work. It was like a go-kart that we could pedal,
Oh,
but
okay.
it didn't line up right.
Right.
So it didn't go up. But he still was out there just fucking around and made that.
Mm-hmm.
That curiosity and that of building things and actually working in the world was lost on me. It was all computers and just type to type.
Which, I mean, it's still building in a different
I just
medium.
wish I had more exposure to actually physically doing things. Because it was all turning into, I remember it was still elementary school. I was really good at typing.
All right.
They still had us on like Macs with green screens. And you learned how to
Oregon
type.
Trail.
I was good as, that was the best. It was me and Steve. What was his name? Steve Holden Corbett. We were the two that were the fastest, and it had to be like 4th or 5th grade. But that was we were good at that. But no, like shop class didn't matter. It was like, oh, this doesn't matter anymore.
Right.
How did that get pushed out of?
Well, and I guess
I didn't take it seriously when I actually did a shop class. It was like, that's a joke.
Well, but I mean,
When it matters more than any of that.
Yeah, no. I mean, each of these things have a place, but I feel like just trades. I feel like tech should be treated more like a trade than
That's a good way to.
than like an intellectual endeavor.
No, just another.
You know what I mean? Like
Instead of like, wow, this is a mysterious.
yeah, like get off
You're a
in the
scientist
ether.
now because you can reset the router.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, it should
That's
be
what it is.
Yeah, and maybe that will happen, and it's happened so quickly. Like
Yeah, it was the
it's
middle child.
Literally 20 years. Like technology has fucking exploded. You know, still completely reshaping the world. And I mean, a fucking bandsaw reshaped the world too. I mean, technology is technology, whether it's
Yep.
dealing in material things or intellectual things or digital. I guess really it comes down to digital or analog.
Yeah.
Like
It's a good way to put it.
I think that, and maybe it will never happen. I feel like, I mean, this kind of goes into the politics thing, which I mean, I know we don't want to talk about.
Whatever, we're just talking.
No, I know, but I mean, I don't want to make it a theme, but like, and like I said, my traditional school experience was very short. Like you're talking 3rd grade, I was out, so I don't really know what was going on in there. I did go to career tech later, I mean, at high school level. But like I feel like it's more of a social structuring system as opposed to an educational system of like, this is what you're good at. And I get it, like, I mean, teachers are people. You know what I mean? Uh-huh. Like, I understand that there are some unrealistic standards being held for expectations there. But, like, questioning is forbidden. Or was for me. Granted, I was a little shitty 3rd grader. But, like, you didn't ask questions. You were just told.
You were told, and then you had to ask the right question to be praised for like knowing what
you had to ask the right question to be given the correct answer. Yeah. Like there was no
you're on the right track.
Yeah.
Instead of an actual discussion.
And like
you put it very well though. It's a vague line between what would be right? What's the best way to do it? Do you have an answer as far as
No, that's one of those things. Like everyone wants a solution. No one have an answer.
There does have to be a standard. It's complex as hell, and I don't know how to do it right.
Yeah, and I mean that's something that's changed, since great grandma, where like you were just learning basic math and how to spell and how to write.
No, and that's why
that was literally all that existed.
It was
like added like multiplication
7th grade.
and division.
A teacher yelling at us for using our thumbs on a small. Remember the blue calculators with the white buttons?
Like a graphing calculator or just a
No,
calculator?
just a little one. Little
Like a
one.
little
This would be
solar
like
panel
elementary
thing.
school. Either way, she was like, you need to use your pointer finger on the buttons of the calculator.
Like, why are
this
you
was-
making that a fight? Like, why are
But
you
she
why
wa-
are you on that? Why are you dying on that
Because
hill?
I can see where that was how that was used, and then literally probably 10 years later, it's whoop, we're all typing with our thumbs on phones.
Right.
But it was kind of everybody noticing like, you're out of touch, lady. This isn't. We even knew it. We felt it before that this isn't. You won't always have. And the same person saying you won't always have a calculator in your pocket.
Really? Because I got one right now,
Because
and I feel like that's
at
not
the
going to
time,
change.
it was a big deal for her that every student had an actual calculator. So I respect. I
Right.
know what she was saying.
Yeah. But
But
I
that
mean,
was a big thing. We spend a lot of money on these. And now we literally can Google anything. The entire,
that
like that.
just the internet era.
And now it's all fucked because you don't know what to trust.
question everything. Yeah, exactly.
I'll read articles like, I'll start and like, it's poor. No.
Right.
But maybe.
Maybe. You know, yeah, that's the biggest thing is there's always a maybe. But yeah, man, it's just crazy. Like it like you said, we were saying earlier, every generation has always said this generation is fucked. But I mean, like the amount of technological and information, the biggest thing now is like everyone has access to information, but no one actually knows anything.
No, because I don't know what the fuck is going on. Mm-hmm. And I grew up. We're that generation that watched it happen, and I'm more savvy about like, this is bullshit, or anything to do with the internet as far as this is sketchy. No, mom, don't click that. Don't.
Right,
No,
right.
that's an ad.
Yeah, yeah.
Like we automatically know when it's something like no.
Well, I mean, I got suckered in. I don't know if I got suckered, but like, have you gotten like the texts? Like, I need to go through and change.
Oh, there's
all
some
the
good ones,
passwords,
really.
But like the UPS, like we can't verify your address. Your package is going to
But
get
now
delivered.
they're so common. No, when they first started, I was like, do I have a package? But I was skeptical though, and I was like, no.
Yeah.
It doesn't
Yeah.
make sense. But that's perfect. Somebody.
But why? Why? Like, what is the information? They're
Because
getting
it
out of
made
that?
us that. If you actually clicked on it and started communicating with them, they'd probably
just
have
start
a decent
phishing
story.
information out of you.
Yeah.
Is that what it is? They're just dangling the bait.
Oh, it's
Like, I mean, because
total numbers
if you
game.
type in your address, like, what are they really getting out of that? Like, that's not useful. In theory, I don't know.
It's a total numbers game. I don't know what normally
like
they go
what
after
what is the end goal? You know what I mean?
to get you to send them gift cards.
Okay, is that really where it comes down to? Is to just
These
send,
days,
send us
yes.
money?
It's no. There's whole like Twitch streamers that do kind of counter-terrorism against Indian scammers.
Oh yeah, where they hack like their computer and shit
They'll
like that.
hack it or they'll just fuck with them.
Right.
There's a guy Kit Boga on Twitch where he has a voice modulator, all that, and he just pretends he has certain characters that, but he's got like tons of. The dude's making bank.
Really?
Oh, he has like, let's call it 6,000 viewers all the time,
Damn.
up to. But has constant Indian scammers on him, and he's just fucking with. And I think his main goal is to waste their time as much as possible and make it as funny as possible. Mm-hmm. Like he'll do stuff where he'll pretend to go to the store and get Amazon. He's the old lady, pretends to go to the store and get Google gift cards, but running them through the mill of making it really annoying. Ma'am, just get the gift card. Just get. It's Google. And then he'll go back and start right in front of them. Because these guys will come in, they'll remote into his PC. He has a virtual PC.
Right.
He does it. So he starts entering in the gift card to his own account. Saying like, okay, I'm sending you the money. I'm sending you the money, young man. I'm sorry I messed up. And they're like, no. It's all fake.
Uh huh.
But he'll just do it in front of them where they really think this old woman went and got the gift cards. And is just, I'm doing what you said, and types it in and then redeems it. I'm like, no. He even set up like a fake Bank of America account so they could come in when they remote in. They're on his controlled PC.
Oh, right.
They can see everything. So it's like, oh, there's like 200 grand in there or whatever. So they're like, oh, we got a big tuna on. But no, that's a thing. It was my mom got caught by one where, or didn't caught, she caught it early, but it was somebody called her about wanting to have my mom put Dr. Pepper stickers on her vehicle, and they'd send her a check to advertise.
That's a tricky one.
And she was like, I don't know. They sent her a check. At that point, I was like, okay, we'll call the bank that was issued from. I'm going too fast over it, but yeah, it turned out it was absolutely fake. So she turned it over to the cops, and like, yeah, that's pretty common. And then when she finally got all of the bank, I was like, yep, that's definitely not real. It's not that. But she bit for a second. Because it did sound real.
So what's the con there? Is like, does that like entering that check number accesses her, like gives them access to her account?
What they'll do, and that's the biggest part I skipped over. They'll say she cashed the check. They'll say, oh, something went wrong, and now you accidentally
too
cashed
much money
it
went in, or
too much money went in.
Okay.
Now you owe us this, but to make this right, can you help us make this right? Could you just give us this much back? With
wire us the money.
Right.
Gotcha.
That's all they do. I know, it's funny. I go through it. It's so stupid. Why would I? You fucked up. You overdrew your own account.
But I could see where they could scare someone and be like, it's theft. Like, we'll report you to the cops. You know what I mean?
sent me the check, motherfucker.
But that's a real, but I mean, like legally speaking, that is a real thing. Like, if payroll double pays you at a business,
right,
and you keep the money and don't report it, that's theft.
But it's not even in the.
But I could see that being as a shakedown
it's
tactic.
Old school shit that they're using
Right.
old ways of doing business as
Yeah.
a tactic against people that are vulnerable to thinking that I did something wrong. Right. No, if you send me a check and I cash it, I didn't. No, I don't owe you shit.
I understand what you're saying, but if it was a legit business that did that, then I think there is a liability issue there if you receive money that you know you're not owed.
No, but they make it seem like you were owed it.
Yeah, no, I understand that, but I'm like, I can see how that as
but either way, it doesn't frighten me in the slightest. It's just like, oh, then now we have to deal with.
Right.
We have to deal with this. It's
Yeah.
not. I'm not scared.
Right.
It's annoying.
Exactly. But I can see that, like, someone that doesn't understand, doesn't know. I can see how people can get suckered by that. Is what I'm saying. You know,
because that would all come down to, oh, I had this conversation on the phone, and they said I was getting this. Boom, you're good.
right?
You were within your rights to cash that check. Fine.
How you doing on ice? I just cashed it.
We're out of ice.
Fuck.
Oh, I got.
What?
I gotta be done too.
Fuck.
We gotta end it.
All right.
I'm trying to be good. Ian, I
good.
think we got
That's
a lot of good tape down.
I think so too.
No, once we got rolling,
Yeah.
I think this is okay.
I think it was good. We just need to come up with a plan. Not a plan. Like
any type of bullet
something
points.
like this.
Yeah.
Just boop, boop, boop. As soon as they're dead space.
No.
Off the idea
The
book.
entire night we could have had down to here with just idea.
Yeah.
Something to talk about.
Yep, for sure. Both of us need to get better about writing shit down. It's the
Yeah, me too.
Keep a notepad,
I've
like,
just been living like a hobo.
seriously, like notepad, little mini pen in the back pocket.
Voice
Jot
memo.
that shit down, dude. I've got.
Voice memo. Eat more broccoli.
Wait, where's this? Is this it right here?
Voice memo. Low on fiber today. Eat more fiber.
Here, listen.
Are you trying to fuck with me like your watch is going to talk? It really is talking.
Oh,
I
I think I was.
I
Recording.
thought you were fucking with me.
No, I wasn't. There. Because I can do voice memos on my watch.
So it works so well.
Fuck you.
That's. Hang on, I have to get my.
Oh, here's a good one. Oh, this is actually did speech to text. So I don't know what podcast I was listening to. I was probably working up at like some equipment on the ceiling or on the roof. But old technology unable to run AI may have a resurgence. Like defunct computers that can't support software that AI uses might, assuming shit hits the fan, like saying analog might come back into vogue because your Dell Optiplex that's running XP, AI can't even access it because it can't handle it. So like there might, if Skynet takes over, old technology
That's not even that old.
that's not even that old, but can't handle.
Then we just go John Connor the shit out of this, and we're back.
Yeah, man.
We make friends with the T-1000.
Oh yeah, and then go, put a skin suit on him. The disturbing parody between comedy and reality specific to politics. I don't know what I was listening to there. Communism with more steps. Wait, what was that? What did I say there?
You said communism.
No, I
with
heard
more
that.
Steps that.
Communism with more steps. Wokeness and the othering of people. Oh, yeah.
The othering of.
Like just the.
That sounds pretty woke to me, bro.